So, a friend of mine at college recently introduced me to an amazing project called ChatGPT, which is being run by the artificial intelligence research firm OpenAI. So, what exactly is ChatGPT? Well, it is an AI-based language program that was trained for an extended period of time on a large dataset of text samples taken from the internet, essentially training it to get better and better at language production and construction of coherent sentences. They then use this technology to make a smart chat program that can answer your questions and even create things for you, like write simple or even complex computer programs and going all the way to writing essays for you. The idea behind it is to eventually replace a boring Google search for information with an interactive experience which encourages learning. It's actually really easy to access ChatGPT. The creators have released an online research preview that you can access by just heading on over to their website and creating an account. I've been playing with this thing all afternoon and I get more and more surprised by its capabilities by the second. I fed it a bunch of homework questions from various subjects and the responses were actually acceptable. In fact, most of the times the responses are far better than what an average student can write. I wanted to find out more about how ChatGPT was created, so instead of doing a good old-fashioned Google search, I asked the program to tell me all about itself by feeding various questions that were designed to get me the responses I want. This last bit showed me how you can make the answers more specific by making the questions more specific. For example, I wanted to know the exact process of how the guys at OpenAI created ChatGPT. So I fired away my questions, each one more specific than the last, and eventually I was able to get an idea of not just the general process of training a machine learning program, but even the tools used, along with information on how long this process takes. Another thing that is demonstrated in the examples on the OpenAI website is how they managed to make ChatGPT safe and ethical. They show a comparison between outputs of ChatGPT and Text DaVinci on their website. They somehow even managed to give this program an ethical compass, which is pretty crazy. Like for example, when I ask it if it can do my homework for me, it doesn't just say yes because I'm smart, and instead goes on to explain how the learning process of schools shouldn't be cheated. Also, pretty much every response generated by the program is unique. If I'm not satisfied with the way it did a certain job or gave a certain answer, I can simply regenerate the response to get a different method of approach or a different answer, which is pretty useful if you want to quickly see the different ways to approach one problem. Overall, I feel like this is a pretty huge leap in the field of artificial intelligence, but at the same time, this is only the beginning, and we are only on the cusp of something far greater.